talk on the townie. I know everybody come around and you call me. Tell me where some close friends I go macaroni. Can't tell me loyalty, you have to show me. Some only loyal to the money, glory, funny. Everybody wanna be somebody. I ask God to remove my enemies and close friends start to fall. I know every family a relative, can't trust nobody at all. Somebody will fight for me ever again. I'm from the same people with any faith. From every hard work, from every sweat. So me ask God like my every step. I see close friends start to fall. From me ask God to remove my enemies. Remove my enemies. Ask God remove my enemies. I see close friends start to fall. From me ask God to remove my enemies. 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 Remove. Me not claim to be perfect. Me not proclaim to be the worst neither. Thank God me no leave the earth yet. Oh Lord knows I'm a survivor. Just to stay above the surface. You have to skill like MacGyver. Cause some people are backbiter. Dog eat dog, girl Rottweiler. Have be careful who you stand upside down. Cause this friend are your worst fighter. I ask God to remove my enemies and close friends start to fall. I know every family a relative, can't trust nobody at all. Somebody will fight for me ever again. I'm from the same people with any faith. From every hard work, from every sweat. So me ask God guide my every step. I see close friends start to fall. From me ask God.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are here. We are in for a good treat tonight. Yes, we are here to launch our candidate, Rohan Isles. Give it up for our candidate, Rohan Isles. Now we are all going to stand and we are going to have 1 minute of meditation. Everybody is going to meditate and then we'll have the prayer. Let us all stand, please. Thank you for your patience. Be quiet, please. You're going to have a minute of meditation. Father, we bless your name. We magnify your name and we give you thanks. We thank you for this special occasion. We pray, oh God, that your blood of protection will be around this place. We pray, dear Lord, that you will guide and you will protect us. And everything that is being said, oh God, that you will get some of the glory. I pray, dear Lord, that you will bring people here safely because we see a light in the darkness. And oh God, we thank you for that light in the darkness. We thank you for Rohan Isles, who have given himself for service. He asks, how can I help? We thank you for him. We pray, oh God, that you will guide and protect him. And we pray as Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Rohan, God is with you. God is with you. God is with you. He will guide you, and I know that you will do well. The people of Gingerland welcome you, and we thank you for giving yourself to this cause. We pray that you will bless everything, Lord, that will be said and done. Control this place, we pray, in your name's sake. Amen. We are going to have the national anthem done by Jalani Manners. Could you remain standing, please? Well done, Jalani. Well done. Praise the Lord. You may be seated. The Gingerland constituency of the Nevis Reformation Party welcome all of you. Every one of you, we thank you for coming. God has sent Rohan Isles like an Asa in 2 Chronicles chapter 14. And when you get a chance, you must read it. Asa did what was good and right in the eyes of his Lord. As I observed him the past weeks, Rohan, he is a light in the darkness. We here in St. George's thank him, thank his wife and his children for allowing him the opportunity to serve the people of Gingerland and by extension the entire island of Nevis. Asa had a mind to work, just like Rohan. Asa and the land of Judah sought the Lord, and they built and they prospered. We welcome all with open arms. We are a party of inclusion. Gingerland and Nevis belongs to all of us. Yes. Let's start here and now to end this demise plague that's wreaking havoc in this place. Nevis people and their families are hurting. The level of uncertainty for the future is drowning many. The young people need help, guidance, and solid promise. Let's show them where the light is. Let us be that light. I know how it is to be hungry. I know how it is not to have a book to go to school. I myself had to sacrifice my education after 1970 for my siblings. So I know your young mothers and fathers, how you feel today because you are in need. And we here in the Nevis Reformation Party gladly welcome you, and we are here to help you. Rohan Isles said, "How can I help?" That's what we are here for. Now we are going to have some remarks by Mrs. Monica Tyson, brand chair, as you look at the screen. She's going to come and give some remarks as brand chair. She's not here, but she's here in spirit.
Hello and good evening, everybody. This is Monica Tyson. I'm so very happy and thankful for this opportunity to be able to endorse Mr. Rohan Isles as the candidate for the upcoming general election for St. George's Nevis 3. I also take this opportunity to congratulate Rohan and wish him the very best during his campaign. I fully support him and I want the good people of St. George's to give Rohan your vote because of his seriousness to make St. George's a more pleasant place to live. Remember to vote NRP. Vote Rohan Isles. Vote NRP for peace, progress, and prosperity.
Thank you, Monica, and I know that you are listening right now. We love you and we miss you. Now we are going to have a little song. We are here to conquer, and we are an overcomer, and we are going up in the name of the Lord, and we are going up together as a party, as a branch. We thank everyone here for coming. We thank St. James for coming. We thank St. Thomas's for coming. We thank St. Paul's for coming. We thank St. John's for coming. Gingerland, we are here to conquer.
Hold your butts
Thank you, thank you. We are now going to have our first set of endorsements as we look at the screen from Zakia Williams and from the youth arm.
Good evening, Gingerland. Greetings from Guyana. My name is Shanae Samuels, and I am a friend and colleague of Mr. Rohan Isles. Rohan and I met back in 2007 when we participated in a program, Youth in Governance, organized by the United Nations Development Program. That program was designed for youth to build their capacity and leadership skills to take on leadership roles in their communities across the region. I have been heartened to see Rohan not only grow from strength to strength, but demonstrate some of the core capacities and core competencies that we were taught during that program. Rohan, my friend and colleague, I am extremely proud of the endeavor that you're about to embark on, and I wish you all the best. Gingerland, if you are ready for a change, this is your candidate.
This evening, the distinct pleasure is on my behalf of the Utah to endorse Mr. Rohan Michael Isles as the NRB candidate for Navy Street, St. George, Gingerland. Rohan, you had come to Navy Street at such a time as this, a time when we the people of Gingerland seemingly does not matter at all. A time when we are neglected by our very own homegrown representative from the other side who keep telling us, the people of Gingerland, that his and our tie. Well, enough is enough. Rohan, we the people of Navy Street and the young people are on the move with you because changes must and it will come.
We are ready for change.
Put your hands together for Zakia Williams and the youth arm. And now we are going to have some remarks by Miss J.D. Keynes of constituency number 1. Put your hands together for J.D.
I better you, I better me, better everybody. I better you, I better me. What I want, I better you, I better me, better everybody. I better you, I better me.
All I know, long time me no see real hard a COVID-19 that across every border. Rastafari talk to me.
To the hundreds of people viewing via Facebook and YouTube, yes, we are on YouTube this evening. Those listening via Von Radio, yes, we are on Von Radio this evening. And to those of you here at the Hard Times Playfield, and of course, those of you who are listening from your neighboring homes, I say a pleasant good evening to you. From the constituency that is ready to usher in a new representative, the constituency that is ready to usher in its first female, the constituency of Nevis 1, St. Paul's. I don't know about you, but I am feeling a kind of energy. You feeling it? I am feeling a vibe. I am feeling an element of change, ladies and gentlemen. You see, on April 10th, the NRP launched me as its new St. Paul's candidate. There, the Roberto Hector, former Honorable Roberto Hector and former area representative, passed the baton and told me, JD, I'm in your corner. And just last week, on May 8th, the NRP train rolled into Brown Hill as we presented Dr. Patricia Bartlett as our new St. John's candidate. Tonight, we brought the train uphill, ladies and gentlemen, right here in the heart of Gingerland, as we present to you our new Nevis 3 candidate in the person of Rohan Isles. Ladies and gentlemen, Rohan Isles is a dynamic, a powerful, intelligent, resourceful, and very family-oriented young man. Tonight is really personal for me. Yes, I am here as a proud supporter of the Nevis Reformation Party, but I am also here as someone who has known Rohan for a number of years. We sat as youth parliamentarians together. We went to school together. He's just a few years my senior. We also partnered to bring you commentary during a number of events. I have watched Rohan ignite flames in children who didn't think that they could excel academically. That is Rohan Isles, the teacher. I have watched Rohan Isles make information on disaster preparedness and agriculture interesting. That is Rohan Isles, the communications officer. I have watched Rohan Isles be an extremely supportive husband and father to his beautiful wife and their children. That is Rohan Isles, the family man. Now, I am certain rather, that not many persons had to be running around asking, who is Rohan Isles? Because you see, everybody knows Rohan. Rohan is into every single thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Rohan has been here. And with your support, the next time we see Rohan Isles after this election campaign will be in Parliament and in Cabinet, ladies and gentlemen. Gingerlanders, I turn my attention to you specifically. I want each and every one of you to understand that Nevis is no more mine than it is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, every opportunity that is there for the young man or young woman in Brown Hill, in Bricklin, in Craddock Road, is also there for the young man or young woman in Rollins, Hanley's Road, Matchmans. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you Gingerlanders to understand that this is your time. Gingerlanders, I want you to demand more. I realize that, in Gingerland, and I know many of you very well. I've spent some time in Gingerland. So I know many of you very well. And so I know that you're comfortable. Yes, you're loving people. You're comfortable. And so over the years, you've gotten even more comfortable. You're satisfied. And nothing is wrong with that. But then, if you are going to rest on your laurels, if you are going to sit back and be comfortable and accept anything, then you won't be able to make any noise when things are not going the way you want it to go. And I am saying, what opportunities are there for me should be there for you as well. Gingerlanders, this time around, you deserve a representative who will give you 100% of his time. We don't want no division here. We want addition. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of work to be done in Gingerland. A lot of work to be done in Gingerland. I know, I've read the social commentary and I've seen one or two persons say, but nobody can tell us in Gingerland what we want and what we deserve. That is true. It is for you to determine what you want and what you deserve. I agree. But I also hear you complaining that this place has lights and you don't have lights. These lights are temporary. They weren't always here. Now tell me, a constituency that has had probably the most premiers. And do your math, you realize what I'm talking about. Because we have a premier right now who is from Gingerland. But nobody remembers that. A former premier who's from Gingerland. We have representation in Gingerland in cabinet from a set of Gingerlanders. But where is the action? Where is the development that you deserve in Gingerland? Ladies and gentlemen, let me get the elephant out of the room. I won't take up too much of your time. But let us get the elephant out of the room. There are many persons who say, I know Rohan. I like Rohan. He's a good man. But Rohan isn't from Gingerland. And that's a fair statement. I won't argue with you. What I will say to you, though, is that we gave you your own. We gave you Miguel Mills. We gave you Patsy Hanley. We gave you Corey Tyson. We gave you Bijan Hanley. And what? We knew that they could perform, but you did not openly accept them as we wanted you to. You sat back and you were comfortable with one of your own. But look around and tell me, with one of your own, are you getting the representation that you deserve? Are you getting the representation that you see in other constituencies, the level of development in some areas? Well, if someone in your constituency couldn't bring you development, we went outside and we got Superman and he came around and he decided, guess what? I am here to rescue you in Gingerland. And that is what we did. We are bringing to you Rohan Michael Isles. Rohan Isles is not an easy walk over Gingerland. Rohan Isles is not someone who is going to sit back and get comfortable. No. Rohan Isles wants to know that anything he's associated with is done with class and with distinction. And that is why we brought Rohan Isles to you. Let me tell you something. In the NRP, there is no shortage of ideas or shortage of candidates, ladies and gentlemen. Rohan could have easily said, let me sit back, join another team, or let me just not do anything at all. But no, Rohan recognized the need in Gingerland, and he said, Gingerland, here I come. He put on the S on his chest, he put on his cape, and he decided he's coming down to save the people of Gingerland. So as I wind down this evening, I just want to say that the people of St. Paul's are with Rohan Isles. The people of St. John's, I am sure, are with Rohan Isles. The people of St. James are with Rohan Isles. The people of St. Thomas's, of course, are with Rohan Isles. And so, Gingerland, I want you to be with Rohan Isles. Give him your support. You can ask him the tough questions because I'm confident that he's capable of answering. But listen to Rohan Isles. Don't just sit back and be comfortable with what you've been getting. This time, demand a 100% representative, 100% representation in your constituency. Demand better, demand more, demand that the Nevis Reformation Party come in and rescue the island of Nevis, bringing peace, progress, and prosperity. Have a wonderful evening.
What a warm endorsement. Put your hands together for J.D. Keynes. Okay. All I'm going to do is to let the people speak. The people will speak of Rohan Isles tonight. Yes. And all I want you to do is never quit. If you stumble, get back up. What happened yesterday no longer matters. Today is another day. So get on track and move closer to your dreams. You can do it. We can do it here in Gingerland. Let us work hard and get Rohan Isles to the Parliament of Nevis. And we can do it. Yes, we can. People, we can. Our next speaker will be Dr. Patricia Bartlett from constituency number 2. You heard her last weekend. It was so awesome. Put your hands together for her. She'll come and endorse Rohan.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, please allow me to just copy and paste your protocol. You the people of St. George's, this is your night. Let me hear you, St. George's! Okay. You, the people of St. James's, you came here to support the people from St. George's. Let me hear you, St. James's! St. Thomas's, where are you? St. Paul's, where are you? My people from St. John's, where are you? Gingerland people, let me hear you! Madam Chair, I started a message last Saturday night in Brown Hill. And tonight, with your permission, ma'am, I want to continue to spread that simple message. The message that we are all in this thing together. Those of us on this platform, we understand all too well where our little island sits at this material time. We know that times are tough. We know that things are hard. And indeed, we can all relate to the recent refrain coming from our people, and in particular, our young people, who continue to say the struggle is real. For while in the times past, we used to say, times so hard that dog and all look walk. The reality is that in these times, there just isn't any work. No work out there. And now some saying dog dead with us. As many of us have had to rely on the strength and the support from our families, our extended families, and the generosity of good friends. So St. George's, tonight we have come to say to you that we hear your cry. We feel your pain. You are not alone. You are not alone, because we are all in this thing together. We want it to resonate throughout Nevis that this transformed NRP, this transformed Nevis Reformation Party, is the party with the vision. The vision which could get us out of the morass in which we are in today. So we have to set Nevis again on a path of economic recovery. Our people must therefore recognize that the importance of coming together, and coming together now, irrespective of how we would have voted in the past. For we are on a mission to build a Nevis where all of us, not some, all of us who call Nevis home get an equal opportunity to live in dignity, just like the present privileged minority. Tonight, the people of St. John's constituency, they have sent me here to endorse a man of courage, a man who isn't willing to let boundaries get in the way of service to others. A man who, against all odds, has answered the call to be the king in the next man's country. A man who, by virtue of his vocation, has been mentally prepared and fully committed to travel to any distance within the Federation just to serve. So, it wasn't surprising that, notwithstanding the fact that Rohan was not cradled in St. George's, he has answered the call. He has answered the call to service away from home. St. George's, Rohan is no ordinary servant, you know. Rohan is an ordinary servant. He has come to you as someone who has been molded by the experiences of a teacher. Someone who has given many years of dedicated service to the development of our children. Now, for those who have a fair appreciation of the roles that teachers play in our society, you would understand the depth of the man, Rohan Isles. Now, it's no secret that teachers in the Federation are underpaid, overstressed, and underappreciated. But in spite of all these significant challenges, Rohan Isles stuck to what he dedicated himself to and made his contribution to the teaching profession in this beloved federation for 14 years. 14 years is not an easy feat. Rohan is hardworking. He's conscientious. He's compassionate. And he's a focused individual who believes in the advancement of humanity. You heard JD speak about Rohan, so I'm just adding a little something. But still, that is not the complete man, because I don't have the time to go into all that Rohan is or the potential that he has to become. So let us accept what I've said, add it on to what JD said, and when other people come after, at the end of tonight, you will have a fair appreciation, St. George's, of the man who has stepped forward to serve you. Yes. Now, when Rohan speaks, he commands an audience. Yes. Yes. He commands an audience, not necessarily for the flair, not for the flair, but the genuine tone and tenor of the substance that he brings. Rohan, in my mind, is an exceptional role model for the young boys in this community. Yes. Someone they can look up to and aspire to become. At a time when we have absentee and part-time fathers, and that is a trajectory, it's on the rise. At a time when we have more and more single mothers who have to play the role of a father. No, these are tough times for young boys. But St. George's, I say to you that you have got yourself an asset in Rohan. And do not take him for granted. Do not take Rohan for granted. He's an asset to you. Embrace him. Embrace him as if he is the Moses of old, sent to lead you to the promised land. The promised land, that is the place where other people before him came and talked about that they would take you, but they have fell short on delivering. They fell short. So Rohan is here. Embrace him. So St. George's, as we thank the people in hard times for welcoming us here tonight, let us understand that we are not destined to stay at hard times. Things could get better. Things could get better for those in hard times. Things could get better for those in Hanley's Road. Things could get better for those in Maliban. Right? That's what you call them, right? Maliban, yes. And definitely for the Pottergills and the rest of Gingerland, things could get better. So at the end of the day, things could get better for all of us, not just some of us. So, if we are only willing, if we could only be willing to embrace change, to do things differently, Gingerland. I know Gingerland people are reasonable people. I know Gingerland people are intelligent people. I know Gingerland people are well-informed people. So I encourage you to act wisely. Act wisely. Unless it is that you want to continuously experience hard times right here in hard times. So St. John's, I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I just want to let you know that I know Rohan, so that is why tonight I have come to endorse Rohan. So I encourage you to get to know Rohan, get to know Rohan, and when you do, you're going to vote for Rohan. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Patricia Bartley. Put your hands together for her again. She's been doing well. Right here on this field here. You know how this field here come here? Ural Swanston got this field here. And it's underdeveloped at the moment. But give Ron a chance. And you know, sometimes when we say things start to move, you know. Things start to move. But if you give Ron a chance, give him a chance to serve you, he's just asking, he's just saying, how can I help? And he's here to serve. Serve. Give you service. Now we are going to have the Honorable Cleon Stapleton. I just see her there. From constituency number 5 to come on up and give her a presentation of endorsing Rohan. You know, I love these ladies, you know, I love them bad. I really love these ladies. And you all continue to pray for them that God will give them the strength to endure. The Honorable Cleon Stapleton, come on stage.
Wow. Yeah. Shut it. Yeah. This one goes out to all my women, you know, my strong women. So amazing how this world was made. I wonder if God is a woman.
Good night, good night, good night. It's indeed an honor to be here with you this evening. Good night to the good people of Gingerland. I wish to adopt the protocol established by our chairperson. Tonight is indeed a significant night for me because I do not come merely just to endorse another candidate, but my former classmate and family. Mr. Rohan Michael Isles and I went to school together, and we have been in the same class from kindergarten at the St. Thomas's Primary School right up to 5th form at the Charleston Secondary School. We also attended the Clarence Fitzroy Teacher Training College together during the period of 2004 to 2006. We had lunch together, we laughed together, we did our homework together. We also pushed each other growing up. So Rohan is someone who I know, and I am elated that he has joined me on this journey of love and service known as politics. I can share with you this evening many stories about Rohan, but I will share with you the qualities that Gingerland now has in a candidate such as Mr. Isles. Gingerland, you have a leader because from a very young age, Rohan has demonstrated leadership as he was always in leadership position throughout high school. In Rohan, you have someone who loves to serve. He was the brainchild of the service organization known as HOPE, NEVIS. HOPE is an acronym for Helping Our People Excel. And that is what you have in this candidate, Gingerland. A servant who is dedicated to helping the young people of Nevis excel. In Rohan, you have a teacher, someone who has given over 15 years of his life in classroom, impacting the lives of many children from all walks of life. In Rohan Isles, you have a dedicated family man who is there for his wife and children. He understands what it means to sacrifice for his family and is a man of family values. In Rohan Isles, you have a community activist, a man who has been involved in organizing many events for Hope Nevis, for Nevis Culturama, for Nevis Cricket, and Nevis Football, among many other things. In Rohan Isles, you have a fierce debater and a philosophical thinker. Gingerland people, you cannot fool Mr. Rohan Isles. I cannot wait for CCM to try to throw the kitchen sink at Rohan, for them only to realize that they won't even have a kitchen for themselves when he's done with them. Gingerland or Gingerland, I present to you my former classmate, my friend, my family, a man who, like me, knows poverty, but who also believes in purpose. A man who will always be busy working for you, but never too busy to hear you. A man who is not focused on two incomes, but focused on being your incoming representative. Gingerland, I have no doubt in my mind that Rohan Isles will serve you with distinction. I ask you, my dear people of Gingerland, to give him your fullest support. Give him the opportunity to serve you. Give him the opportunity to bring about the change that Nevis so desire. I thank you, my good people of Gingerland.
Yeah. Hey. This one goes out to all my women, you know, my strong women. So amazing how this world was made. I wonder if God is a woman. The gift of life astounds me to this day. I give it up for the woman.
Thank you, Honorable Cleons. Stapleton Simmons, put your hands together again for her. And all these wonderful ladies. They will bring the change that we so badly needed. Badly needed. Genesis 28:15 says, and behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whithersoever thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. Rohan, you hear that? God is with you. Now we are going to have some other endorsements. And we are going to look at the screen, and we are going to hear from Shanae Samuels and Clarissa Langley Stevens.
As my past educator, Mr. Rohan Isles created an environment that fostered the diverse needs of my classmates and I. His dedication, love, and patience allowed me to ascend to heights I never dreamt that I could attain. It is because of him I have realized my true potential and began exerting greater efforts not only in academics, but other activities I participated in. Mr. Isles' passion and love for what he does have inspired me to keep pushing until my dreams become a reality. I am confident that with his kind of determination, ability, and leadership skills, the people of Gingerland specifically and Nevis on a whole will be in great hands. I am Zakia Williams, and I proudly endorse Mr. Rohan Isles, my former teacher, as an excellent choice for Nevis 3.
Good night, Julie. You know, we'd like to welcome our chair and the executive, Mr. Hensley Daniel. Thank you for coming. You know, many people are saying our good friend Rohan is not from Gingerland. But let me tell you, God bless his soul right now. Mr. Keithley Truss, he ran in St. Thomas's and he's from Gingerland. He was from Gingerland. Keithley Truss, he was from Gingerland. And Mr. Brand is from Charlestown and he ran over St. James. Mr. Amri is from Fig Tree in St. John's and he ran in Gingerland. Yes. And Mr. Daniel was from Barnescott, but he ran in St. John's. Anyhow, we have a man, a respectable man, and I hear a few of the parents, them right here in Gingerland, saying how he mold their children and he look out for them and he makes sure that they reach the top of their class. I hear them saying it when we were going around with Mr. Rohan Isles. So Rohan Isles is no little pinky man. He is a man of substance. And that is why we have him here. And he is here to serve. He ain't going nowhere. He is from Nevis. Now we are going to have the candidate bio, and we are going to look at the screen for the candidate bio, Mr. Rohan Isles. Let's look on the screen.
Rohan Isles is a family man. He married a Monstrasian gem, Mrs. Joanna Beezer Isles, and their union produced 4 gifted children, Tejane, Rone, Ajude, and Joran. Recognizing the importance of having strong families and positive role models, Rohan continually supports his wife and children in any and every activity they choose to partake in. He is the son of Iona Isles Wallace of Barnescott and the late Basil Dinah Challenger of Bath Village. Rohan attended the Charlestown Free, St. Thomas's Primary, and Charlestown Secondary Schools, then later enrolled at the Nevis Sixth Form College. His love for the education sector led him to pursue studies at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College in the area of education. Rohan was the second member of his family to become a teacher, a profession he loved dearly. He spent an amazing 14 years in the classroom where he worked with many children of varying learning styles. His success stories are many and told not by him, but the students he helped. He is a former first vice president of the Nevis Teachers Union. Rohan has always been keen to help, so despite transitioning from the education sector, he continues to be seen assisting students in preparation of exams. After leaving teaching, Rohan was attached to the Nevis Disaster Management Department as the Public Information Education and Training Officer. In that role, he made numerous disaster and safety presentations on the island and successfully completed a number of relevant courses namely CDEMA's Comprehensive Disaster Management Pilot Program, Hydrology Training, First Aid and Incident Command Training with United States Southern Command. He was later transferred to the Ministry of Agriculture, where he undertook the task of Communications Officer and host of the informative On the Farm television program. His creativity and innovation led the show to attract new audiences. Rohan has extensive community experience and has done charitable activities as a master of ceremonies for events of varying types. Additionally, he served as the chairperson of Culturama's Adult Street Parade Committee and on the festival's Central Committee for 4 years. He was once the president of the Nevis Football Association. He remains a seasoned cricket umpire, having successfully completed the Cricket West Indies Theory exams. From sports to community development, Rohan was a member of the very first St. Thomas Parish Festival. In 2006, Rohan founded Hope Nevis Inc., a non-governmental organization that promotes development in sustainability, academics, culture, and youth work. In 2007, Rohan was among young people from across the region who received training in leadership by the United Nations Development Program in Guyana and Trinidad. Today, Rohan is proud to be the Nevis Reformation Party's candidate in Nevis 3, St. George, Gingerland, but his political involvement began many years ago at a very young age. He led the Nevis Literary and Debating Society as president to Antigua in 2002. He was a local youth parliamentarian from 2000 to 2006 and a regional youth parliamentarian in 2002 and 2003. Rohan holds the distinction of being the only youth parliamentarian to be the president of the Assembly and the Speaker of the House. Rohan believes that as a people, we are capable of attaining great things and that in life, extraordinary things can happen when ordinary people believe. He is committed to service. He is a humble individual. He is Rohan Michael Isles.
Now we are going to reintroduce the second endorsement by Ms. Stevens.
It is not what he has or even what he does which expresses the worth of a man, but what he is. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, it is my pleasure to speak on behalf of a man, a great man, a caring man, a loving man, an understanding man, a dedicated man. I speak of none other than Mr. Rohan Michael Isles, the next NRP representative for Nevis 3 in St. George's Parish. Many of you may not know me, but I've worked with Rohan for a few years, but I feel like I've known Rohan all of my life. I believe that it is time for St. George's and Nevis 3 to come out of the wilderness. And this gentleman has stepped forward to ensure that you have the representation that you deserve. Nevis 3, my name is Claricia Langley Stevens, and it is an honor for me to endorse Mr. Rohan Michael Isles as the next representative for the Nevis Reformation Party, Nevis 3, for the next local elections. It is time. St. George's, please tell Rohan how he can help you.
Thank you, ladies. Now we are going to have remarks by our party leader, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge. Put your hands together for our party leader.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gingerland. All night I'm hearing good evening, Gingerland, and I am not hearing Gingerland. Good evening, Gingerland. Okay. St. James's. St. James's. St. Thomas's. St. John's. St. John's, St. Paul's. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here this evening. So excited because tonight is Rohan's night. And I must tell you that we are at a crossroads here in Gingerland. We would have heard that that other party won 3 seats in the federal election. And they said they're going to come back for 5 in the local election. They did not know what NRP had in store for them. They did not know that we had Dr. Patricia Bartlett, Lady Keynes, Cleo Stapleton Simmons, and for sure, they did not expect Rohan Isles to be on our ticket. Now, this campaign for NRP, this campaign is a campaign, it's going to be a campaign like none other before. It has to be. It has to be because change must come. Change must come. And we're going to have a campaign like we never had before. I look at all of you out there in all of your green, and I can see the movement. I can see the train going around Nevis, and we are going to change. We're going to change the government. Now, everybody has spoken about Mr. Isles. They have known him from preschool in different areas. I got to know Mr. Isles not a very long time ago. And what struck me about Mr. Isles was that he had a passion. He had a passion to serve. You know, sometimes you go around and you ask someone, would you want to be a candidate? And they'll tell you, well, I'll think about this and I'll think about that, etc. When I spoke with Mr. Isles was ready to start the campaign right then and there. Ready, eager, and that is what we want in this campaign. Now, Mr. Isles, when I said, what are some of the reasons why you're so passionate about serving? What it is that you want to change? And he said, we cannot be satisfied. We cannot be satisfied when our people are merely surviving paycheck to paycheck. We cannot be satisfied. We cannot sit back and look at parents having to work 2 and 3 jobs just in order to pay their mortgage and to get by. And so the concern that Rohan has for people, the humane side of Mr. Isles, is something that is very touching because we know that NRP is the party that stands for the people. NRP is the party that stands for the people, and Rohan is a man for the people. Now, we know that some people in government, they feel that when they give you a contract or they find a job for you, they feel as if they're doing you a favor. They feel as if they're doing you a favor, and so you have to be humble to them. Now, we understand that is not the way it's supposed to be. Some people understand and some people feel that when you're in government, all that you're supposed to be doing is maintenance work. They dig up the road, fix back the road. They knock down a police station, they put back a police station. That is not what government is all about. Government is about coming up with creative ideas and creating opportunities so that we can bring jobs, good paying jobs that are going to help our people raise their standard of living, jobs that are going to help our people feel much better about themselves and build a much better Nevis. Now, the responsibility of government, and this is why Rohan is such an important part of this ticket, is that we must be able to create the types of jobs that are going to empower people. We must be able to ensure that each person has an equal opportunity to any job that is available. It is not a matter of what color you are. And the reason why Rohan is so important on this ticket is that he's someone who is very fair, he's someone who is just, and we can be ensured that once Rohan is a part of this ticket, Gingerland would get its fair share. Gingerland would get its fair share. I promised you that. And Rohan is the man that's going to make sure that Gingerland is no less than any other constituency. Now, we have seen that those who have gone before us would have created job opportunities. And we can see the benefits that we are reaping now, the tourism, the financial services. Those were the foundation that was put in place by our forefathers so that we can have a better standard of living. What are we going to be doing? When we look back, what are we going to say we did so that the generation coming behind can have a much better standard of living? And when we speak about the Nevis Reformation Party, the Action Party, the party that believes in performance, then we know we're in good hands to accomplish what we want to accomplish with a man such as Mr. Rohan Isles. Now, we look at our country motto. We look at country above self. And how much can we say that we are seeing persons who are putting country above self? We are not seeing that now. We heard King Miko sing about Nevis Nice. Nevis Nice, that was in 1995. Remember when NRP came out of office? In 1995, they could have sung about Nevis being nice. Can we sing that song today? Can we sing that song today? Nevis is nice when NRP is in government. Yes. Nevis is nice when NRP is in government, and that is what we have to do. Now, moving forward, we have to understand that we can only create employment opportunities for persons once we can empathize with them, and once you have a conscience. And conscience is something that is very scarce in this administration. Conscience is something that we have an abundance of in NRP, and we can move forward. We spoke about giving 100% representation. We can assure you that you will get 110% representation from Mr. Isles. I must say to you tonight, as leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, I am excited to have Rohan on the ticket. When persons spoke about having all 5 females, and Rohan was under consideration, we said it's not about trying to make numbers. It's about having the right people that can get the job done. And Rohan Isles is the right person for Gingerland and for the Nevis Reformation Party. I give you my full endorsement, Mr. Isles. Thank you.
In these hands and multiply, God, all that I am.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel Hodge, our party leader. Now we are going to have 3 more endorsements. Number 1, I come to you this evening. My name is Patricia Hanley, better known as Auntie Patsy, better known as Nurse Patsy. And I come to you this evening to endorse Mr. Rohan Isles. Mr. Rohan Isles, he's a family man. Mr. Rohan Isles is a people-oriented man. Mr. Rohan Isles loves people. Mr. Rohan Isles says, how can I help? The man is just good. He is good with people. He's good with children. He's good with the young men. And whenever you have a questions or any doubt, just call up Mr. Rohan Isles and he will talk to you. He's not going to snuff you off. No, he's a man of integrity. And he stands for integrity. And he will not compromise his integrity. That is Mr. Rohan Isles. And I am here as a proud Gingerlander to endorse Mr. Rohan Isles of number 3 for the next candidate for the Nevis Reformation Party. And let me tell you, we can do it. And he will be the next representative whenever they call the election for St. George's. I'm proud of him, and I'm thankful that he's here. Mr. Rohan Isles, God bless you. I endorse you to this Nevis Reformation Party of peace, progress, and prosperity.
Yo!
Now we are going to look at the screen and we are going to see another endorsement by Taylor Manners, sorry. And then we are going to have Bio and Hanley. Could you focus your attention at the screen?
This evening, the distinct pleasure is mine on behalf of the NRP Youth Arm to endorse Mr. Rohan Michael Isles as the NRP candidate for Nevis 3, St. George's, Gingerland. Mr. Isles has come to Nevis 3 at such a time as this, a time when we, the people of Gingerland, seemingly do not matter, a time when we are neglected by our very own homegrown representative from the other side who keeps on telling us, the people of Gingerland, that his hands are tied. Well, enough is enough. Tonight, Rohan, we, the people of Nevis 3, and in particular the young people, are on the move with you because change must and will come.
Bio and Hanley.
No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. That will lead you
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, members and friends and well-wishers of the Nevis Reformation Party. Tonight, I am here to endorse the soon-to-be, the Honorable Rohan Isles. Yo! I am endorsing Rohan Isles because we share the same vision for the future development of this constituency. Constituency number 3, Gingerland. My friends, During the last federal elections, I campaigned on a platform of jobs, 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 and more jobs. The idea was to stimulate economic activity through the development of a number of abandoned facilities in the constituency. Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember we spoke about the redevelopment of Old Manor? We spoke about the public market. We need a modern public market there. We spoke about the library. We spoke about the health center. We spoke about modern livestock farming at Indian Castle. A number of roads in Gingerland that needs repairing. Do you remember all of that? And the idea was to create jobs through the development of those projects. But I have good news tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The good news is Rohan Isles will win this time, and he will deliver all of those for you. I will see to it because we are a team. We will work together. So I ask you to lend Rohan Isles your support. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, I must admit, I am very disappointed in the current representative, Eric Evelyn. Follow me closely. Imagine he is a local minister of government and a federal minister as well. And he has an NRP plan before him. And he can't even copy it. He can't even copy the plan to get anything done. Now let's imagine that. The plan is right there in front of him. And he's saying his hands are tied. Now let's compare the plan that the NRP delivered during the last election for the prosperity of Gingerland to what Eric Evelyn would have delivered for Gingerland. Let's go down to Indian Castle. Eric Evelyn and the CCM party delivered the second largest dump site on the island of Nevis. He delivered a rundown horse race track, an abandoned rundown horse race track. He sent the animals, the livestock, south of Hanley's Road, dig up the fence, and delivered a wasteland full of cushion trees down there in Hanley's Road. Come up to Rice's, where he's from. He delivered bad roads in his own area where he lives. He cannot get any road done. What do you think he will do to you if he cannot get any road done in his own area? His worst is going to be for you. Now you come up to Market Shop at the public market. Eric Evelyn delivered an abandoned marketplace. He delivered a closed Old Manor Hotel, a closed library, a closed health center down at the main road. He delivered bad roads throughout the constituency. He would have delivered a bumpy concrete road in Rollins. He delivered no lights here at hard times. It's just yesterday we got Nevlec to fix that light there at hard times, right here. So you see, the Nevis Reformation Party is already performing, and we're not even in government yet. Imagine what we can do when we get in the government. So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, the current representative would have delivered much pain and suffering to you. And that is why I am endorsing Mr. Rohan Isles to be the next. I am endorsing Mr. Rohan Isles to be the next representative for this constituency, Gingerland. So what I want you to do, my people, I want you to support, lend Rohan Isles your support, so that he can deliver us from darkness and the pain of suffering from the CCM party into the light of the NRP. In Charlestown, constituency number 1, I want you to lend J.D. Keynes your support. In constituency number 2, St. John's, I want you to lend Dr. Patricia Bartlett your support. Again, in constituency number 3, Gingerland, lend Rohan Isles your support. In constituency number 4, lend Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, our party leader, your support. In constituency number 5, St. Thomas's Parish, our only representative, I want you to lend the Honorable Cleone Stapleton Simmons your support. Ladies and gentlemen, in all 5 constituencies, I want you to vote for the Nevis Reformation Party. I want you to deliver all 5 seats for us in the next election so that we can deliver prosperity to all the people of Nevis. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, look up. We're going to have the button passing right now. I'm looking and I'm seeing, I'm wondering if it's Sadiki Tyson. Oh no, it's another Tyson. Mr. Corey Tyson is coming down to give Mr. Rohan Isles the baton for the next candidate for the Nevis Reformation Party. Let us go. Let's go, Mr. Corey Tyson. Come on up and give Rohan Isles the baton.
I see people getting costume, food and drinking consume. Young people walking up, old people jumping up. Woman with child in hand, chipping behind a costume van. I see big truck keep coming down, kicking off every song. Soca is all I hear, right from the start of the day. All color, creed and class, moving together, making mass.
Mr. Mills, could you give Mr. Rohan Isles the key to Gingerland?
www.ascensiontracks.com. 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 www.ascensiontracks.com.
I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place in Nevis 3 for people like you. Sorry, I am very sorry.
www.ascensiontracks.com.
If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's
My siblings and I are very proud of and happy for our dad. We have seen how he is really always helping others. We are willing to lend him to you, except on Sundays when he is cooking dinner for us. He works hard for us, and we know he will work hard for you. I'd like you to always remember this. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk.
If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Goddard, we all love you.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Chair, with your permission, allow me to adopt the protocol that you would have established and to say a special good night to my mom, who is listening via our Facebook feed. For almost 40 years of my life, your support has been as constant as sunlight in the day and moonlight at night. Forever indebted for your love and care. To the super team behind me, thank you very much for your support tonight. And to Tejane, Rone, Ajade, and Juron, your parents are forever proud of you, for your existence gives us purpose and a meaning. Gingerland, oh my Gingerland, it is a distinct pleasure to be in your company tonight, and I want to tell you, you should be and will be seeing much more of me and much more of the NRP. For it is our commitment to you that brings me here at this time. I am in a place where many regard as the heartland of Nivitian culture. It is from these beautiful hills the best 5 men of all time came, leading the biggest big drum of all, David Freeman, and the Joy Bells. Masquerade extraordinaire, Black came from here. Culturama Queens came from here. Joycelyn Liebert, whose name is lent to the Gingerland Primary School, is from here. And so the history of Gingerland is as rich and as diverse as the many people who continue to call here home. Good people, proud people, hard-working, God-fearing people, living in tight-knit communities, from Pond Hill in the west to Zion in the east, from the green hills of Rollins to the wind-swept shores of Indian Castle. Political difference aside, permit me with respect to pay homage to the longest-serving former Premier Vance Amory, who for 20 years held the reins of power in this country. Great respect must be paid also to Uriel Swanston of the NRP, who delivered like no other politician for the people of Gingerland. To the pioneers of the Nevis Reformation Party before me, Miguel Mills, Nurse Patsy Hanley, Corey Tyson, and beyond Hanley, I say thank you. Thank you for keeping the faith. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to the service of the people of Gingerland. Public service remains a signal honor and a time-honored tradition among Nivitians. My personal record as a public servant spans most of my adult and professional life. And it was through this avenue of service to others, listening, following, guiding, that has prepared me to be at this particular point in my life. I am a firm believer that in order to lead effectively, you must first be a humble follower. I have followed, and it is now my turn to lead. I am ready to lead. have asked, why Gingerland? Why not someplace easier? My simple answer is, why not Gingerland? When President Kennedy was asked why he wanted to send a man to the moon, he said because it was hard. Gingerland is hard. But it is hard for all the wrong reasons. For if Gingerland had been looked after all these years, and had the people been properly represented both locally and federally, I may not have been here. I am here to say to the people of Gingerland, Moses wasn't from Egypt, but he led his people from bondage to the land of Israel. Martin Luther King was not from Mississippi, nor was he from Alabama, but that did not stop him from leading the struggle for civil rights for all black people in America. I come home and tell you that Sir Simeon Daniel, the Right Excellent, was not from Gingerland. He was from Barnesgate, like I am. But he fought like a true Gingerlander to secure better life for the people of Gingerland. I want to promise you tonight that I'm ready to fight and fight hard for you, the good people of Gingerland. You know, it burdens my soul and it torments my mind when I hear nothing keep a Gingerland. No modern housing development, no opportunities for advancement and development of youth in agriculture with a focus on added value and export, no road development, no interest in recreational activities. This area once hosted the biggest sporting activity on Nevis, the sport of kings, horse racing. That track was the absolute pride and joy of Gingerlanders. I am sure many of us have fond memories like I do, traversing near and far to attend the races, to feel the electrifying atmosphere, and hear the iconic phrase, "What a rush." Today, the only rush is to dump waste and for the custodians of our environment to do nothing about it. And so, while the rest of Nevis moves ahead by whatever measure of comparison you choose, it is felt that Gingerland should just be content and happy for having an elected member in government. To that, with every breath in my body, nothing tall going so. I am from you because my grandmother is from you. Ruth Body was from you. And like her, I don't stand for foolishness, laziness, and a non-performance. Like her, my vision is clear. My energy is high. My commitment to empower is genuine. And so to you, my fellow Nevisians, supporters of the Nevis Reformation Party, friends and well-wishers, all who believe in a strong Gingerland and a better Gingerland, my name is Rohan Michael Isles. How can I help? I am here to help.
One thing I know, there's assurance in my heart. No matter what, my tomorrow must be greater than today. Send mama tomorrow.
You know, when I sat in the solace of silence, giving ear to opportunities of a new hope, a new way forward for the forgotten people of Gingerland, I pondered on how best to address you. should I share with you our collective struggles and frustrations, being ignored constituents in St. Thomas's and in St. George's? Must I point out to you, the youth of St. George's, that you are not alone in the battle to be heard? For just like you, the young people of St. Thomas's are treated like beggars in their own land. Should I tell you that I am painfully aware of your daily battles to survive? Living paycheck to paycheck? Or with no paycheck? While you pray for a job or for your severance to trickle into a depleted bank account? Should I tell you that the line for development in St. George's was either erased or took a U-turn at Pond Hill? Should I tell you that I empathize about the scarcity of affordable housing for you and your children, while ministers occupy mansions and then boldly have the heart to ask you what you need house for? Many of you rallied in motorcades on December 19th of 2017, hoping that this time things would be different. That this time the promises of jobs, business opportunities, developments of every type, access to scholarships, or even just to get a fair chance at life was waiting for you. And so you believed. And you would have voted only to be told once again, my hands are tied. I can't help you. Gingerland, I'm here to tell you, just as surely as the dawn is caught by the sun, there must be a reckoning. That there must be a new sunrise, where a man's word to the people must mean something, and not just empty platitudes to win votes. My word is my honor, and my bond to you. And so my word to you tonight, St. George's, is that there is no mountain too high. There is no river too wide. There is no ocean too deep that will keep me from doing what is right for you and by you. You see, I am unlike any other, and so comparisons are worthless. What I can tell you is that these men who parade and act as your representatives have lost touch. They have lost touch with the struggles of the poor and the working class, and now believe that it is you who work for them rather than them working for you. It is time for a change, and the change must begin with you working with me. Hello, St. George's. My name is Rohan Isles. How can I help? Please give me the honor to serve you.
We're ready for the road. We're ready for the road.
You know, we all may live in the power of hope. But we have heard before, hope without action will get us nowhere. And for 20 wintry years, Gingerlanders, none has surpassed your unfailing hope. Unfortunately, that hope is as much as you got. Year after year, you have cast your net on that side, hoping for something big to come your way. Unfortunately, for the majority of you, that ship is still at sea. Tonight, I am asking you to take a journey with me and cast your net on this side. Let us bring that ship ashore. Let us bring that ship of prosperity and opportunity ashore. And I will show you what I and the NRP can do for you. We have done it before. We'll do it again. but we'll do it bigger and better this time. Let us be clear that even before this COVID-19 pandemic, the NRP had a clear vision for diversifying the economy. Green energy, energy storage, manufacturing, and of course investing in homegrown cannabis industry. Gingerland, the key presented to me, symbolic of a golden opportunity that stands before you to return those things that can create sustained positive impacts to your life. The golden key is a powerful reminder that you have the opportunity to unlock a better tomorrow, a brighter future, and a more prosperous life. Tonight I assure you that you will have a big seat. I want you to take a look at me, I'm a big man. And so you will have a big seat at the table when critical decisions are being made for the advancement of Nevis, Gingerland. You will not be left behind. That is a promise I make to you tonight. It is indeed remarkable that in each of these sectors, the Nevis Reformation Party had a blueprint. This government has failed us, and in so doing has pushed so many of us into poverty and dependency more than any time I can remember. COVID-19, though heavily blamed by the government for every failure under the sun, is not the cause of our challenges. It has simply revealed the systematic and total failure of this government's ability to effectively and efficiently lead this country. Gingerland, an injustice anywhere, is an injustice everywhere. And you have suffered a monumental injustice for years. You have given your support and have rightfully looked to your elected officials for guidance and leadership. Yet nothing. To you I offer a promise. Gingerland will never be left out of the development conversation under the NRP. And with me as your representative, Gingerland, your equal opportunity will come under the NRP. I ask you to extend your faith, redirect your hope, your time is now. Your time is now. Your change agent is here. My listening ears are here. My attitude of transformation and empowerment is here. It is time to embrace your change. You know, friends, even at this moment, I am reminded of a truth that cannot and should not be ignored. A truth that speaks to the struggles of our people. So many of our people are living survival lives, barely living comfortable. And these are gainfully employed middle-income individuals. Too many live hoping lives. The hope to have enough to make it to the next payday. Too many are living help me lives. Help me or we may not survive. I am mindful of the deafening cries of single mothers who face difficult decisions in maintaining their homes. I know of the frustrations of young fathers who simply want to do right by their children. Friends, embrace the change you have been yearning for Join the movement and ring in a Jericho kind of power to break down these walls of divisiveness and fear, disappointment and despondency, uselessness and underrepresentation. Rally and vote with me. Together let us watch change roll from the foothills of Rollins to the windy plains of hard times, from the sun-kissed land of Indian Castle to the sweeping landscape of Hanley's Road. Let change reign in Clayton and Rices, among the Fothergills and in the depths of Zion, to Matchman's Roads and along River Path, to every valley and to every family. Let there be an unyielding desire to change. With this new change at Gingerland, you can lead the way in the creation of a local cannabis industry. You can lead the way in modern housing development that doesn't seek to make millions, but rather designed to meet the standard of living of low-income and struggling families. Gingerland, you can lead the way in the successful business operations. I am confident that you can lead the way in the transformation of agriculture that so badly needs the injection of youth and the creativity. Proud Gingerlanders, you are positioned to lead the way. You are positioned to lead the way in the build-out of a new economic prosperity. Not just for yourself, but for your children and your children's children. I come to you in humility, not as a perfect human, nor as a perfect candidate, but as the perfect opportunity for us to restore our peace, reclaim our progress, and reignite our prosperity. St. George's, my name is Rohan Michael Isles. I have come to help. I will help. God bless you. I love you. Good night.
We're going to have this song by this young lady, Kelsey Edwards, the serenade of the candidate. And then we'll have Delhi.
In these hands and multiply, God, all that I am, and find my heart on the altar again. Set me on fire, set me on fire. Come on, say all I have in these hands and multiply, God, all that I am, and find my heart. Again, set me on fire. Ask him, set me on fire. Here I am, God, arms wide open.
Can we have Delhi Ranks and his... What did the fella name? Speedy. Can we have Delhi Ranks and Speedy right now, then, until the young lady is ready?
Let's go, Delhi! Good night.
Okay, I don't want to say I sit in now. We party now. Hey, Rohan, you ready? You ready now? Then the squeeze. Right now, we party with Rohan. So if you love Rohan right now, put your hands in the air right now. Let's go. Put your hand in the air. Put your hands in the air. We're having a festival for Rohan right now. So give me. Right, yo. Everybody put your hands in the air right now. Put your hand in the air. Put your hands in the air. Put your hand in the air. Mother. Style. Right, yo. Johnny Cecile. Let me go. Everybody put your hand in the air. Put your hands in the air. If you love Rohan, somebody say, whoa. Hey, people jamming to the core and the rhythm. All the rocks them waving. Everybody chanting, singing. Hey, Corey. Revelers spreading from just till morning. All the rum and drinking. Everybody dancing too. Tell them, whoa, if you love Rohan, let go. I want to see her come forward now, man. Let's go. True, my man, now. Ease up, Dandy. Ease up, Dandy. Listen, we saw a party in Rohan, right? We party with Rohan tonight, right? If you love Rohan, everybody come forward. We're going to have a celebration right now. We're going to bring the man in the Gingerland right now. Come, man. Yeah, do too much talking now. Squeeze again. Okay. Julie, I like you. I want you like you. I want you like that. Yeah, that 1 foot there, you can put the back there. All right, do it party again. Sing it, give me. White yo. Let it go, so give me. Stop my diggy. Stop my diggy. Stop my diggy. Give me. What? I see the masquerader. Watching it. Let's go. Give me. Stop my diggy. Let it party for a little bit. Let's go. People tune? Julie, not done yet. You want tune? And I'll tell you, I want you like to vex. Julie, want tune? You sure you want tune? You sure? Okay, take tune. Boy, Tina Louie, Tina Louie. What we jamming all day and all night. Tina Louie. Listen, my uncle coming up for the festival to in a few Delhi. And he say, he want to see this band in the land. I met me see now, we up in corner, we started talking. How will I until June morning. And he say, them say, this is the sweetest band in the land. Let's go Tina Louie, Tina Louie. And I want everybody to understand Tina Louie. When back up singer, we jamming all day and all night. Tina Louie, Tina Louie. We jamming all day and all night. Tina, I want to see you good up. You good up? Let me go, let's go. Whoops, yeah, good up, whoops. I'm good up, whoops. I'm good up. Stay right there, let's go. Whoops, and come up. Whoops. Lad. Boy, Tina Louie. What we jamming all day and all night. Tina Louie. Alright, I was in the band and I see me uncle jamming a woman. And he say, he want to see this girl in the land. He got me on and he put me on and we start to wind up. And from there, he went to chase him all the way. And he say, this is the sweetest band in the land. Tina Louie, Tina, I can't hear you, what you doing? And I want everybody to understand Tina Louie. Hey Tina, you go up, Tina? We'll be jamming all day and all night. Tina Louie, yeah Tina, hold me Tina. We'll be jamming all day and all night. Tina Louie, let me go, everybody don't see go. Let's go now, whoops, hey, good up now, good up, right down for the ground now, good up, right down for the ground now. Say whoops, and come on, and then we push it forward. Somebody say Rohan Isles. Don't forget, they're still having the raffle. Somebody say Rohan Isles. What we doing tonight? Jump. We are gonna push forward right now. Hey, sorry. You see me? Hey, I have a dream, I have a mission, I have ambition to reach a destination. So I don't want nobody hold me back. Hey, positive energy, no negativity. My eyes on the prize and nobody gonna stop me. So I don't want no. If you with Rohan Isles, everybody push them on. So we are gonna push. Move to achieve my goals in life. We are gonna push. Move. Hand in the air and signal high. We are gonna push. Move. Let go. Everybody in the hand out. Let me see the hand them. If you know they can't hold Rohan Isles, they can't hold Rohan. Everybody go so. Watch me. Go so. Right now we are gonna tell them. Hey, don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. I tell some boy don't hold me. I tell some gal don't hold me. I tell them, right now we're doing. We are gonna push. Ah. What we doing? We are gonna push forward. That's what my time. Good night, Gingerland massive. Rohan, big up yourself every time. All the time, if you say you support the Rohan, somebody scream. If you support the Rohan, scream. I gotta go now, Julie. I got to go now. You want me a chant for you? You want me to come a chant just for you? Hey, Corey. Watch out, scream for Julie. Julie. Good up, funny go, right down, funny go. Good up, funny go, right down, funny go. Good up, funny go, right down, funny go. Sit down now, sit down. Sit down. I got to go.
With me
don't forget, the raffle still going on. Don't move. We're still having the raffle. So just stand by. The raffle going on still.
Again, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming, and those of you who participated, we thank you very much. And somebody is going to come and deal with this raffle.
Hey, 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 hey,
DJ Mikey, DJ Kenny, what and DJ Blink, Usher me, DJ Junior,
DJ Blink,
Rio baby.
Well, let's talk about how we can laugh.
T-Man, Sakaba, Chaka Bubun, Sakaba, Benjamin Casanova, Sakaba, Movita, Sakaba,
Hey, un bouson, un bouteille soigné, un bouson, un mauvais sel, un bouson, un baguette femme, avec la poudre, c'est dansé.
Casse-pessant, mi coque là, Usher me,
Hey,
Iato.
ok, boum.